everyone, how's it going? Total Level here with another little preview video as I checked out the East 10 Nordics demo. As if you're wondering how I got it, I do have a Japanese account on my PS5 to try out like Japanese demos and everything like that, since I do occasionally buy import games even though I can't read Japanese. But you know, a lot of them can still be a lot of fun to play, and with great cutscenes and all that, you can get a lot of context clues and things like that, right? So yeah, I wanted to check out East 10 because yeah, I kept debating if I want to get it right away or not, or if I wait until it gets localized, just because it will at some point, but they're pretty slow at localizing these games, right? So it could be 2-3 years from now. If we're lucky, it comes out next year for us, but we'll see. As, yeah, I think I'm going to mostly talk about the gameplay elements in this, just because for story, it's like, yeah, kind of, you know, I can't read Japanese, so just kind of going off, I would go off kind of context clues and all that. I can get a bit of, like, the story and what's happening in it and everything, but yeah, I think, yeah, for the most part, I'm just going to focus on the gameplay stuff, like, yeah, so I think I'll just dive right in now. I didn't play the entire demo, like, I played for like 2.5 hours and I was still playing the demo. Like, it's a really long, in-depth demo, right? As I'm sure I missed some things, but yeah, I wanted to talk about kind of the new changes with this, because the biggest thing with this game is you have two protagonists. You have, of course, Adol Kristen, you know, on another adventure with Dogi, which I think this takes place right after East 2, so it's kind of early on the, you know, East timeline, right? So, yeah, you know, Dogi looks a lot younger. Adol always looks young no matter which game it is, it seems like, but yeah, much younger Adol as well. And then the other character is this pirate who you meet very early on, you know, kind of boards your ship, is called Karja, which, yeah, that one I did look up online just so that I know what her name is, right? As, yeah, so that's kind of the big thing with this is, you know, it's going back to kind of old roots of East games, because they're I want to say it wasn't until E7 that they introduced other party members and everything like that, or Memories of Celceta, whichever one came first, but yeah, I think the other ones you only played as Adol. I could be wrong about that, you can correct me about that if I'm wrong, but I think you only played as Adol, so kind of having party members was brand new still, sort of, to the series, right? So yeah, this one, you know, you only have these two people that you can switch back and forth to. Not right away, like, you have to wait a bit before you can switch to Karja, but yeah, these are kind of your only two, which I'm a bit mixed a bit, because yeah, I do love the trope of RPGs of getting party members. I always love that aspect. It's one of my favorite aspects. You know, so I do miss that a little bit. However, by not having other characters, that means you get to balance a lot more with these two characters and make their play styles a lot fun to play, right? Because that's something I found with, you know, previous East games where I loved 8 and 9 so much, but there were characters that I'm like, I only use basically to get the trophy of using those characters, right? So, you know, it's kind of, like I said, I'm a bit mixed with it. Now, combat-wise, it's still a lot of fun. It's still classic East combat. Now, it does take me a while to get used to, because East games are generally pretty easy, and I played this game on normal, played the demo, and I was struggling with bosses early on, especially the first one. It took me like 4 or 5 tries before I finally beat them, right? And that's rare, you know, very rare for me in the East game, where a boss, like, I find very difficult early on, because yeah, usually the games are pretty easy, but I find this one is a bit more technical, because you still have your, you know, dodging and guarding, right? And if you time it right, you get the flash guard flash. dodge, but in this one now, if you dodge or block at the right time, then you get to do a powerful counterattack, which the game really wants you to do, because against a lot of bosses, they're going to have an armor cut, like, before you can knock down their health, they'll have like an armor bar to knock down, and yeah, sometimes, like, I ran into one boss that would regenerate that armor bar after a little while too, right? So yeah, it takes a while, like, especially because with me, with Ys games, I always press the wrong button. Like, it doesn't matter which one it is, how many times I play, I always constantly press the wrong buttons where I'm like, oh no, I want to use just Adel skill, or I just want to dodge, but I ended up pressing, yeah, the wrong button, and yeah, so it feels like this game's going to be a lot more technical because, yeah, it wants you to kind of block a lot more, and you kind of have two different play styles here because you have sort of this solo mode where, you know, you're either playing as Adel or Karja, just attacking enemies, which is very fast and fluid, and then you have this kind of tethered mode because the whole story is, you know, something happens where, yeah, Adel and, I was going to say Adel and Christian, jeez, Adel and Karja, you know, are basically tied together. Their kind of destinies are tied, so they're kind of connected together with this little, like, tether. I think it's called like ether or something like that, and I just like calling it the tether because that's pretty much what it is. And so yeah, when you're attacking enemies, you can attack enemies together, which, yeah, it slows your character down, makes them more vulnerable to attacks and everything, but you do, you know, both characters attack at the same time, you do combos together, so you do a lot more damage. So it's one of those you're kind of switching back and forth. Again, takes a while to get used to because it does feel very different, and you're holding down R2 to do these combo attacks, and that can feel a little awkward because R2 is also used to be the block button, you know, your guard. So it can take a while to get used to for sure, but yeah, it's still a lot of fun. You also have kind of these little skill trees that are split of Adel and Karja, where you're getting these orbs for each side, and each orb will increase like attack, defense, things like that, and as you progress you unlock new skills, and yeah, just overall really interesting right now. Now, another interesting part early on in this game is you get these kind of ship battles because you're actually going from different places and islands. It's really cool since Ys games are generally pretty kind of condensed, right? Like, it's pretty much just one area that's very big to explore and everything, but this one, yeah, you get to go on the seas and there's certain battles. Now, the ship battles, I do hope they improve over time because your ship does move very slow. Now, you can upgrade it, so I do wonder, like, if you can increase the speed and other things like that, but it's a pretty cool aspect, you know, very neat and something I didn't really see coming in this game. Man, it makes me want to buy this so much, and yeah, I'm just trying to get my thoughts all together because I did have a lot of fun with this, you know, even though it's very different because throughout the game, kind of like, you know, other Ys games, as you progress, you get certain power-ups, and in this one, it's with your kind of ether tether thing where, you know, your first one you get is this kind of whip, right, where you can use to swing off tree branches and also make yourself launch into enemies, you know, attack them and everything like that. And I can see this being a very cool sort of speedrunning tactic because there was a part where I could tether up to an enemy that was on a ledge that I couldn't get to because it was close enough, right? So I think there's going to be a lot of cool speedrunning tactics for this game to be seen, but yeah, overall, you know, I think I'm going to eventually buy this. I'm not sure right away because, yeah, gotta, you know, be careful with money, especially with holidays coming up and everything like that. I want to save some for, you know, family plus, yeah, the big kind of, you know, sales, holidays, and everything like that, right? So, yeah, I think I might get this at some point because it's going to be hard to wait where, even though I can't read any of the text and everything and just kind of skipping the text as I'm going along, the game is so fun. The UI is really intuitive because a lot of the tutorials will tell you which button to press. There was only one instance where I had to get my phone and Google Translate and everything just to, you know, look it up because I couldn't figure out this mana power you get to use, and yeah, I had to switch to Karja and hold X to kind of make the, you know, hit the water so that a little tiny iceberg will pop up, or iceberg platform for me to climb up and jump onto the next platform, right? So yeah, that was pretty much it, but overall the UI in this is really good so far. I'm wondering about side quests if I did miss a bunch. I know I probably missed a lot of character profiles because if this game is going to be anywhere like Ys 9 where you had to talk to certain people at certain times to get their profiles updated and everything like that and could be missable, I probably missed quite a few, but yeah, I can't really tell. But yeah, let me know what you all think. Are you excited for Ys 10 when it gets localized? Have you played the demo or have you bought this import game yet? You know, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, or if you just want to see any of my skits and then nothing else and leave the video, that's fine too. Thanks everyone, take care.